Today, we are taking a deep dive into a concept that genuinely has the power to completely transform your daily routine. If you've ever caught yourself searching for a bit more meaning or just wondering what the actual secret is to a long, truly fulfilling life, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to unpack some incredible insights from the best-selling book Ikigai by Héctor García and Francesc Miralles. So let's get right into finding your life's true purpose.
Let me start off by asking you a pretty direct question. Are you living your life's true purpose? Yeah, it's a heavy thought, right? In our modern, fast-paced world, experiencing a kind of low-level existential dread is incredibly common. Maybe you're feeling stuck in a job that totally drains your passion, or maybe you just wake up lacking a solid reason to get out of bed. If you're nodding along right now, don't worry. You are definitely not alone, and the concepts we're looking at today were designed exactly for this kind of modern dilemma.
So enter Ikigai. This is a brilliant Japanese concept that directly translates to a reason for being. Basically, it's that thing that makes you jump out of bed in the morning. It's literally the ultimate antidote to burnout. And here's the crazy part. According to the World Health Organization, the people of Japan, specifically in regions like Okinawa, have the highest life expectancy in the entire world. Researchers attribute a huge chunk of that happiness and longevity directly to having an Ikigai. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the true purpose of life, how to actually find your Ikigai, Japanese secrets to a long life, achieving focus and flow in your work, and finally, logotherapy and getting into the right mindset. Let's jump in.
Part 1. The true purpose of life. And when we talk about finding your purpose, it is super easy to just write it off as some feel-good philosophical fluff. But finding your Ikigai is not just a mental exercise. It actually acts as a biological shield. Research shows that having a clear goal in life literally fortifies your body. It prevents the development of genes that cause bodily inflammation, and it even slows down cellular aging. No matter if your purpose is running a massive business, painting, or just cooking an amazing meal for your family, these goals inspire you to stay active. They give you a reason to wake up totally energized and sleep peacefully, giving you this deep mental resilience that easily handles those minor, everyday failures.
Which brings us to part 2, how to find your Ikigai.
It's great to know what it is, but how do you actually uncover it? Well, you can start by asking yourself 4 honest questions. First, what do you absolutely love? Like, what gives you endless energy, where you never, ever feel bored? Second, what are you good at? Think about your natural skills. Third, what can you get paid for? Because, let's be real, we all have bills to pay, so we need a skill the market actually values. And fourth, what does the world need? How can you solve problems for other people? Your Ikigai is sitting right at the center, right where your passion, profession, vocation, and mission all perfectly intersect.
But let's look at how we actually spend our days. The truth is, a lot of us waste our precious time stuck doing things we absolutely hate, either because we need the paycheck or just because they're mundane chores. The authors point out that you shouldn't just go and quit your day job tomorrow. Instead, the trick is to gradually shift your time and energy toward the things you love and the things you're an expert at. Dedicate time to practicing your passions, even if you might be a little bad at them right now.
Moving on to part 3, Japanese secrets to a long life.
Having looked at the mental side of things, let's see how the Okinawan people physically sustain this purposeful lifestyle. First up is their golden rule for eating, hara hachibu. This is a famous concept that essentially means you stop eating when you feel about 80% full. By leaving that 20% empty, you avoid overstressing your digestive system. That preserves your cellular energy and keeps you feeling light, active, and ready to go, instead of totally sluggish after a heavy meal.
And that 80% rule translates into a very specific number, 1,800 to 1,900. That's the average daily calorie intake for Okinawans. It's such a powerful reminder that extreme longevity is tied directly to moderation. They aren't constantly stuffing themselves. They're eating just enough to perfectly fuel their Ikigai.
So what exactly are they eating to hit those numbers? Well, their diet is incredibly diverse. We're talking 5 servings of vegetables a day, making up about 30% of their calories. White rice is a daily staple, and fish is eaten around 3 times a week. They keep their salt intake super low, just 7 to 12 grams, and they constantly hydrate with green and white teas. And maybe the biggest takeaway here, sugar is rarely eaten. No sweets, no chocolates. This veggie-heavy, low-sugar regimen is exactly why lifestyle diseases like diabetes are incredibly rare in these communities.
And this whole philosophy extends right into their physical activity too. In fact, in the Japanese language, there isn't even a word for retirement in the way we understand it in the West. They never truly retire. They just keep doing what they love.
They avoid sitting for long stretches to prevent premature aging. They walk daily, they get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and they practice radio taiso, which are these simple daily stretches, like raising your arms above your head to keep everything moving. You combine that with a tight-knit community, chatting with neighbors and smiling often, and you are literally adding high-quality years to your life.
All right, part 4. Focus and flow in work.
So how did Japanese centenarians tackle their daily tasks without getting completely overwhelmed? Well, our modern world is totally obsessed with multitasking, right? But the science actually tells us that trying to juggle multiple things at once leads to delayed tasks and practically zero real productivity. The reality is all about flow. Doing one single thing at a time with your complete undivided attention is what actually boosts productivity, makes the work feel way easier, and preserves your mental energy.
To hit that state of flow, you've got to find the sweet spot. You want to choose tasks that require some research and effort to keep your brain firing. If a task is too hard, you get stressed and burn out. If it's too easy, you get bored and distracted. Setting clear goals and deadlines for tasks that hit that perfect balance between challenge and skill, that is how you lock into your Ikigai day in and day out.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 5, Logotherapy and the Right Mindset. Because, let's face it, life will inevitably get tough. We need to talk about the mental resilience required to protect your purpose. The authors highlight a really fascinating concept called logotherapy. This is a psychological technique designed to help people consciously discover their life's purpose. When someone feels entirely empty or even suicidal, logotherapy doesn't just treat the surface symptoms. It breaks past those mental blocks by guiding the person to accept their reality and passionately pursue a meaningful goal. It really proves that meaning and purpose are the ultimate medicine for the human mind.
So the whole thing really boils down to the 10 golden rules of Ikigai. Stay active, take it slow, and leave the modern rush behind you. Remember the 80% rule for eating. Cultivate great friendships. Keep your body in shape. Smile. Connect with nature. Practice daily gratitude. Live entirely in the present moment. And above all else, follow your Ikigai. These rules are just a wonderful, gentle reminder that life is a marathon, not a sprint.
We're going to wrap up today's explainer with a really powerful quote from the source material. We do not create the meaning of our life. We discover it by doing the work we love. Keep your mind and body busy, smile, live fully, and never retire from your passions. So I want to leave you with this thought to chew on. When you wake up tomorrow morning, what is the very first small step you're going to take to discover your own reason for being? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Ikigai today, and I really hope you leave feeling inspired to uncover your own true purpose. Catch you next time.